Western women say that the passport bros are losers, but if that's true, why are more and more men leaving the West and just not looking back? In this video, we'll expose the harsh truth. Modern Western men are finished and leaving the plantation, and they're finally starting to win. Hey, welcome to Red Pill Therapy with Dr. Tony. I'm a psychotherapist, veteran, and your guide through the chaos of modern dating. So today we're diving into why the passport bros are exploding in popularity and what that says about the crumbling state of masculinity in the West and dating and women in general. If you're tired of being told to man up and that while everything is stacked against you, this one's for you. So like, comment, and subscribe. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's check it out. Okay, so I've broken this down again into a few sections, and let's go over all of them, starting with the first one. So, the passport bros are men, usually Western men who travel to foreign countries and find feminine, traditional, family-oriented women. Really, a practice has been going on for, I'd say, many, many years, if not thousands of years, in some way, shape, or form, to leave one place to go to somewhere else for a better life. Finding better woman would be part of that better life. Okay, we're just putting more of a label on it now. But these men are often labeled as creeps or losers by the Western media and most women or many women. But the truth, they're escaping a broken system, really. Okay, so and it's not about exploiting women; it's about escaping disrespect, legal risk, and endless rejection. So Western men aren't running away from women; they're running away from the system that's weaponized women against them, if anything. Okay, so let that sink in. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. Men are going where men are wanted. If they're not wanted here, if they're being called lames or they don't have enough, whatever it is, swag. That's the term I'm looking for. Then let men go. Let them win where they're allowed to win. Okay. So section two here, the second part we're looking at. So why Western men are done. Okay, so here are the main points here of why guys in the West are done. So we all know that the dating game has become really rigged. Hypergamy, hookup culture, feminism again, and social media, of course, have really inflated women's expectations really beyond reason. Okay, and at my age, I've seen a generation before when things were a lot different. So things have definitely changed, and not for the better. Okay. Men are judged on income, height, and status, but receive none of the loyalty or submission that came with that trait in the past. Okay. Men before we were always judged. We're all judged as people on some level, but us men were not judged as harshly. So but it's what it is now. So the legal system favors women in divorce, child custody, of course, false accusations as well. That's gone up. That's a big weapon used against us. Modern women are told they're tens, regardless of their behavior, their weight, their values, and that men are just disposable. Okay, so women are really, they have these almost narcissistic, inflated egos that they just think they're more than what they really are. Okay, be that as it may, these are some of the reasons why men are going and just leaving this place for good, or at least visiting these places. So modern Western men have expected to act like a king while being treated like a servant. So where are some of these places that guys are going to? A lot of places in Asia that we know of, especially the Philippines, Thailand, even Vietnam to a degree. A lot of guys go to Colombia. Colombia is a big place now. As of more recently, it wasn't always like that because of the danger there that exists, which is still a dangerous place. But a lot of tourists are going there, and it's really caught on. And then places like Brazil as well. A lot of guys go to. So and other places around the world where men are just more accepted. Okay. All right, let's look to the third part here. Hey, the passport bros are winning. Okay. And again, Asia and Latin America, even Eastern Europe, femininity is still celebrated and not shamed. Okay. Women are acting like and being, well, not acting like, they're being women. Okay. They're within their feminine nature. And you'll never know, a Western man will never know how it is to really feel like a man until you're in the presence of what a real woman is. And until you've experienced that, which I have, it's something it's even hard to explain. It's one of these few things. that you can't really put into words, but you have to see it to experience it to believe it. So I do recommend it all men take trips overseas, see what I'm talking about. Okay, so women abroad are still raised to be wives and not these independent boss babes and strong independent stuff. Okay, so they're raised to be wives, even if they have careers, they're still wives first. Okay, so their true partner is their husband and not their boss in the job. All right. So these women appreciate hardworking, respectful men. They see masculinity rather than they see value in masculinity rather than trying to compete with it. That boss babe, that strong, independent woman, she is trying to compete with you on all levels. That's the feminism banged in her head. That's what they're doing. Okay. So relationships are more traditional and built around partnership in these other countries, not power struggles. Once again, feminism feminist ideology has always got like two rams butting their heads. So, Western woman, here's an example. Western woman, what do you bring to the table? Foreign woman, how can I support? How can I support the man that I love? Okay, so that's how that would go, and as an example. Section 4, okay, the backlash. Why they hate the passport bros. Let's get into why so much hatred. We see a lot of videos out there with men, with women going to these, actually following, going to a lot of these different countries and just kind of seeing what's up and giving their silly, useless opinions as far as I'm concerned on the whole passport bro movement. Anyways, a lot of Western women are panicking because their power depends on control over male options. Passport bros, they break that control. See, a lot of women, they need men around them, even though they're not attracted to them. They need those male orbiters. But those orbiters who do stuff for just waiting to have their chance with her, they're slowly but surely going away. They're going to places where they're wanted. Okay, so there's less men in there that they can date and less in their orbit that they can use. All right. So the narrative is breaking. Men are waking up, they're opting out, and they're not apologizing. Feminists hate it because it reveals the failure of the Western model. And feminists also hate it because it reveals the failure of the Western model as well. Okay, the media mocks these men, but mocking is the last weapon of a system losing power. Okay, so here's the reality check: if a man has to leave the country to be respected, what does that say about the woman or the type of woman in the country that he's left behind? Okay, so think about all these things that I'm sharing here. So. Again, men are done just playing this rigged game. The passport bros are proof of that. You don't have to stay on the plantation. You don't have to settle for disrespect, drama, or delusion. Whether or not this is a man. Your value is real, okay? And you don't owe the West your soul. You don't owe these women anything. Just like they don't owe you anything, you don't owe them anything either. So if you're a man that's tired of being used, manipulated, ignored, it's time to unplug. Just drop a comment, like, and subscribe. If you've ever considered leaving the dating scene and going abroad, I've been going abroad since the 80s for many, many years, well before the whole passport bro so-called movement came out. And so I've got a lot of experience in that area of life. So, anyways, like, comment, subscribe again, and I'll see you in the next one.